Hello there, this is Alexandra from PersEd, and this is day 8 of the 10 Days of Self-Improvement Challenge. I hope you had the chance to really try those challenges because that's what it's all about. Improvement is not just an advice or a tip that we hear somewhere and that just we forget the other day. It's something that we can easily apply in our day-to-day life, and that's what it's all about. So please, if you haven't tried at least a couple of those challenges, do so. See what works for you, see what doesn't, and then apply it. If it works for you, just go ahead and apply it and use it and try to improve your performance, improve across a variety of different areas in your life, be it personal, academic, or professional. Now, today's episode is about how we manage something else. So it's not time. It's not energy or stress or emotions. It's how we manage information. So before we go to the heart of the challenge, I want to ask you a question. When was the last time that you learned something and that you implemented it, that you used it for something that has a purpose, for something that exists in the outside world, for something that has an impact? It could be use it as a way to solve a problem, as a way to innovate, as a way to write an article and publish it and raise awareness about a certain topic, whatever that is. Truth is, we are bombarded by a large amount of information, even when we're not at school, even when we're not at university. From our phone, from our laptop, from the journal, from the people that we meet, from the conferences that we attend, be it physical conferences or digital conferences. And now with the digital conferences, we can attend an even bigger number of conferences, which is absolutely amazing. Never before had we access to that kind of knowledge or that amount of knowledge and information. But that comes with also a negative side, which is that we're overwhelmed. There's so much out there that we don't know where to start and we don't know what to do with it. That is why it's very, very, very important to learn how to process the information and make the best out of it. Transform it into something that is usable, that is tangible, that is active. And today's challenge and today's tip is based on the Cornell note-taking strategy. So Cornell, because it was made at Cornell University. And note-taking because it involves the art of taking notes. What we're going to explore specifically is the 3-step or the 3-point strategy or the 3-point structure that is included in the Cornell note-taking strategies. The first layer is quite simple. We probably do it a lot, especially if we're at school or university, or if we have taken up the habit of taking notes whenever we attend a meeting or go to a conference, for instance, which is actual note-taking. We have a list of ideas, a list of thoughts that were discussed, information, numbers, facts, figures, quotes, and so on and so forth. We end up with a 1-page, 2 pages, 5, 10, 50 pages sometimes, if it's an entire course, for instance, and we look at those pages like we don't know what to do with them because there's just so much information. Most of us stop at this stage. We're overwhelmed, we don't know what to do with it, and the number of pieces of data that we effectively use is very, very limited. There's another stage, which is the keywords, which is understanding really what are the key ideas, the key topics, the key thematics that are involved in this. Why is it important? Because it's easier to remember one word or 2 or 3 words that express a main theme or a main idea, and that can expand into other smaller ideas, into numbers and figures and facts. So it's like an octopus. You start with the head and then you go down and you explore the different parts and you reach the edges. So you really have to use those words as an anchor to a smaller body of knowledge that is part of that larger body of knowledge that you have acquired through the note-taking. So that is the second layer. That is the second structure. So the keywords, the key ideas, and the key concepts. And even then, we cannot stop at it because we also have a lot of perhaps key ideas or keywords that are scattered and that are not connected. That is why we have a final part, which is very important, and it's a summary. And what does a summary do? It summarizes. It consolidates all these different parts, all these different pieces of data into one or two phrases, two sentences that explain what this conference, what this meeting, what this course is about. By using those three layers of note-taking, the normal notes, the keywords, key thoughts, key ideas, and then the summary, we have already processed the information 3 times. And it's much easier to remember a summary than to remember 50 pages of notes. And then the summary would remind you of the keywords and the key thoughts and the key concepts. And then those would remind you of the other smaller details. You don't need to remember all of those because, well, you have them. You already took notes with regards to all the different pieces of data that you acquired throughout that learning experience. But the moment you have these keywords, these anchors, you can go back to them at any moment in time, consult the notes, knowing exactly what to look for and where, and use that information in your practice. And that is the beauty of smart note-taking and of the Cornell note-taking strategy. So I hope it was beneficial to you. I hope you will find ways to use this strategy and to implement it and to make use of the abundance of information, of knowledge, of data that is available out there. And you can use them, of course, to enhance even more the process of self-improvement and professional development and improve your academic path as well. So I hope you're going to implement it. I hope you're going to use it. I'll see you again tomorrow for one of the last episodes of the 10 Days of Self-Improvement Challenge. Best of luck.